today I'll be reviewing Star Wars Attack of the Clones. Now, this is widely considered to be the most hated Star Wars movie of all time. Okay, not counting the holiday special. Let's just pretend the holiday special never counted. We all pretend that thing never happened. Okay, good. So, what do I think of this movie? Well, it's better than Phantom Menace, but at the same time weaker than the Phantom Menace. Like, I can't decide which one I like more, this or the Phantom Menace, though. Let's get over a plot summary. So pretty much, Padme Amidala is getting attacked by the Separatists, and they need to figure out a way to keep her safe. So, throughout the movie, they're just finding two plots. Obi-Wan hunting down the killer, the person who's trying to assassinate Padme. On the other side of the plot is Anakin Skywalker trying to, going on a romantic date, going on this romantic protection service for Padme. He's like pretty much her bodyguard in a sort of way. And with that plot summary, let me give my thoughts on the movie. Now, let's go over the good. Well, let's go over the bad first. Well, let's talk about Hayden Christensen first. Now, I know people like to complain about him, and I will admit, in this movie, he was okay. I mean, he did get a little bit better, and he got a lot better in Revenge of the Sith, and I'll get to that movie tomorrow. Here, he was okay, I guess. He had some good moments, like the scene where he found his dead mother with the Sand People. That scene was really good, in my opinion. But other times, he's not very good. Like, some of his acting can be, some of his line deliveries aren't very good, in my opinion. But I do admit that he wasn't all bad. Second other problem I do have with the movie is with the romantic subplot. Now it does get a little bit better in Revenge of the Sith, but here it is not very good. For one of the major problems in the movie is that the lines that Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman have together are very cringy. The only really good scene with the whole love story is with the scene where they're on this grass area on Naboo, I think, and they're pretty much Padme saying, "I met an artist. He became an artist. I became a a Senate member." So yeah, that scene I will admit was really good. But what about the good things this movie did? Now, the stuff with Padme and Anakin aren't really good in my opinion, but the stuff with Obi-Wan Kenobi is really good. Ewan McGregor in this movie is awesome as Obi-Wan, and it further establishes why he's my favorite Obi-Wan. Another thing I really like with this movie is the actors. They got the legend himself, Christopher Lee. Also, before I go on about Christopher Lee's performance, let me just say, rest in peace, Christopher Lee. You will be missed. You did a good job in this movie. Seriously, his performance was very good, and it is really nice to see him in this role. Oh, wait, Count Dooku? That's an odd name. And Dooku means poop. Ugh. Also, another thing is that Jar Jar Binks is the true Darth Lord of the Sith. Seriously, if it weren't for him, giving the Supreme Chancellor power, then none of the stuff in the original trilogy would have happened. So it's all Jar Jar's fault. It's all Jar Jar's fault. Seriously, he's the true Phantom Menace. He's the true main villain of this entire saga. Not Mickey Mouse, Jar Jar Binks. None of this would have happened if it weren't for Jar Jar being a moron. But still, another thing I do like about this movie is the relationship between Anakin and the Chancellor. Hayden Christensen and Ian McDiamond, is that how he says, do work well with each other. Their scenes are really good in my opinion, and it is really good. Another thing I love about this movie is the battle on Geonosis. This is one of my all-time favorite Star Wars moments. Seriously, I don't care what anyone says about this movie. That scene on that entire battle of Geonosis was amazing. If the entire movie was just the battle of Geonosis, then this movie would easily get a 10 out of 10 rating because that was that awesome. And yeah, this entire scene was just awesome. Having so many Jedi Knights going at it, killing all these droids, was so freaking epic. And this scene also has my favorite C-3PO line where he says this, "Die, Jedi Dots!" What did I say? Seriously, that line is freaking awesome. Awesome. Now, another problem that people like to complain about this movie is its overabundance of CGI. I will admit, yes, the prequels do have a little bit more CGI than the originals do, but it doesn't bother me too much since the CGI does look really good for the most part. And also, I love this. Also, another thing I really like is the part where like Anakin like charges at Dooku like this. I'm ready for ya, and he runs at Dooku, and Dooku's like this, and Anakin's like this. I guess I wasn't ready for ya. Seriously, that entire scene was freaking awesome. And I do love the scene where Obi-Wan is taking on Jango Fett. That fight was really good to see, like how a Mandalorian fights, and it was cool to get some Jedi on versus bounty hunter action. But the movie does have like some plot holes. Like, here's the thing: when Jango and Obi-Wan first meet, if Jango just moves to the left, he is giving Obi-Wan a clear sight of his armor. Jango, first close the door, then talk to Obi-Wan. You're just giving away the fact that you're a bounty hunter. How stupid can you be? But still, the final fight, well, it did it right, and it was pretty cool to see two lightsabers. Like, it was pretty much like Anakin had two lightsabers for the final fight, as he like fights Count Dooku. And when the fight goes into like the dark, does remind me of like Empire Strikes Back when like Luke faces Darth Vader. So yeah, I will admit that was pretty cool. And also seeing Yoda fight Darth Vader, oh, and I mean Count Dooku, was awesome, but at the same time hilarious. Seriously, I don't care what anyone says, that fight between Yoda and Dooku was hilarious and awesome at the same time. Anyway, I just can't help but crack a grin every time I see it. But, as I say, this movie does have problems with it. Some of the acting is good, but some of them aren't. Like, for one, I will agree that yes, Natalie Portman does do a better job here, since, well, in the first one she wasn't very good. But here she does do a lot better. Also, am I the only one who noticed that Natalie Portman dated Thor, Spider-Man, and Anakin Skywalker? Like, there's another movie, like, there's this one movie that Natalie Portman was in where she was dating Tobey Maguire, after he played Spider-Man. So yeah, she got to date two superheroes and one Jedi, so that's pretty cool, I guess. But still, this movie is good, but I won't act like it's a masterpiece. It's not a masterpiece, but I gotta say it is good. So, the final rating for this movie is a 7 out of 10. Also, I do want to talk about the whole Attack of the Clones part. The clones in this movie, well, if you want to see the clones more developed, then go watch Star Wars: The Clone Wars, since there are lots of episodes dedicated to the clones. Like, a lot of the clones get some character development, and really good character development, might I add. But still, this movie is good, and I will say this before I wrap up. I will say this again, that scene where Hayden Christensen finds, his mother's dead body was amazing. And you could even hear, when he's starting to slaughter the Sand People, you could hear, Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon Jinn shouting, "No!" So, yes, that was really good. And he was crying out to Anakin to stop it. And also, when Mace Windu went up to Darth and Count Dooku and pointed his lightsaber up to his neck, he shows it this: "The party's over, mother effer." Seriously, that would have been badass. And also, Mace Windu went full out Mortal Kombat style when he killed Jango Fett. Seriously, just play the whole finish him when he's about to kill Jango Fett, and after he decapitates his head off in front of his own child. I guess it wasn't a good day to bring your son to work. They should have just played in fatality. Mace Windu wins. So yeah, finally Samuel Jackson's got to be badass in this series. But join me next time as we look at Revenge of the Sith, widely considered by many to be the best prequel in the saga. And I have to agree, that movie is awesome, and I can't wait to review it. See you all next time. Oh yeah, before I go, I just want to talk about this for a second. The relationship between Anakin and Obi-Wan was good in this movie, it sort of felt like a father-son dynamic in a sort of way. Like, where it was really good. Some of the scenes are really good between them. Like the whole, I was trying to find a spear I really liked. If if you practice more your sword skills, you could be good as Jedi, as Master Yoda. I thought I already was. Only in your mind, my very young apprentice. And it was, and like they had a good relationship, especially when he's like this. When they were like shackled up, about to be killed. He said this. Anakin was like this. I was here to save you, Master. And Obi-Wan was like this. Good job. Seriously, I just love that about their relationship. It was really good, and I do really like this movie. So it's a 7 out of 10 film. See you next time, guys. Peace.